Previously on Pure Programming.
Today I'm back on the snake game. I'm going to make it longer, to make it move, and also change the background. Let's get to it. Next we will take care of the keyboard, okay? Turning the snake. So I will use only two keys, two arrows, left and right. If the snake, okay? Imagine you are inside the head of the snake. You are the snake. You can just turn left or turn right. So that's the two keys we are going to use. Let's do that. Okay, that should be right. So what do I do here? Easy. After I examine the keyboard, I check if the left key has been pushed. If so, I compute the new speed. Believe me, if you do that, speed x equals speed y and speed y equals minus speed x, then it will rotate the speed vector 90 degrees anti-clockwise. And same thing, if you are hitting the right key, it will turn 90 degrees clockwise with this formula: speed x equals minus speed y and speed y equals speed x. I'm using a temporary variable here because here I'm writing over speed x, so I cannot use speed x here. I need to save it first in the temporary variable. Same thing here. That should work to make my snake move. Let's try that, shall we? Okay, moving straight. I hit. Oh, that's interesting, see? The whole snake is moving. That doesn't make sense. What the hell? That's completely nuts. That is interesting. I know what happens. Okay. So the way I'm moving my snake is not the correct way, because here I'm moving all the cells with speed and it's not what I should do. The head of the snake should be a new cell. And the rest of the snake I should just shift the body to the tail, etc. Let me show you. I will do that right now. So here, I think I'm doing things better now. What I do is I iterate through the array of the snake only from its tail, so array size, to 1, to the body, okay, to the cell just before the head. And what I do is I move each cell. I take the coordinates of the preceding cell. Cell number 3, I put the value coordinates of cell number 2. Cell number 2, I put the coordinate of cell number 1, but I have only 0, 1 and 2. So cell number 2, I take the cell number 1, and cell number 1, I don't do anything. And then I move the head using the speed. So this way only the head will move according to the speed vector, and then the rest of the body will move according to its preceding cell in the snake. Let's try that. illegal expression. Yes, because I forgot the equal sign. F5. I have my snake. Will it turn correctly? It does. Look at that. Woohoo! But here I have a strange behavior. See how it moves weirdly? It is strange. And oh wow. It's like if I hit the key only once, and look, it does a half turn. Here even 3/4 of a turn. Like this half turn, I only hit the key once. And I know what's happening. I will show you. Here, the problem is the loop, the main loop with the until procedure here. So the main repeat loop is so fast that when I hit the keyboard, actually this is hit several times. So the snake actually turns many times. Every time I hit the key only once, it turns many times. Maybe it can turn 2 times or 3 times or 4 times and not move at all. So what I need to do is I need to put a flag that will retain if the key has been pushed, and only unset this flag if the key is released. Let me show you. Okay, so how does this work? I have created 2 variables, left pushed and right pushed. Initialize both at false. Okay, they're integers. I changed the init snake procedure. I renamed it to just init because I'm also initializing those 2 variables to false. My left key and my right key are not yet pushed. And in the code to push the key, only the first time the key is pushed. So if it's not pushed here, if it's not pushed but I'm pushing it, so the variable is false but the keyboard is actually pushed, then I set the variable to true, meaning the key has been pushed until the keyboard is released. And only when the key is released, I put the left push to false. So what will happen here is that if you keep your finger on the key for several loops, okay, several display loops, the first time it will enter here and turn the snake, but because I've set the left push to true, it will not enter this if condition again unless you have released your finger and it's entering this and setting back to false. Download the code, just have a look at this. It works, and we'll try that. Look at that. F5. I have my snake, it is moving. I will move my mouse, okay, and now every time you can hear that I hit the key once, it works very fine. And if I let my finger long on one key, it turns, but it doesn't turn like crazy, just turn once, just when I push the key. Okay, right, 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 left, left, left. That works fine. But look at that. Hop, hop. It can go out of the bounds of my screen. It should die when it reaches the bound, the limit of the screen. It should die right there, but it does not. We have not coded that. It goes, I don't know where. We cannot see it. So let's take care of this. I need to check if my snake is alive. So let's go. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm checking if moving my head will move it to a position that is wrong. Basically, if it's, or otherwise, if it's less than the screen width and greater than the 0, greater than or equal to 0, I can move. If otherwise, I'm dead. Same for the y-axis. If I'm between the screen height and 0, I can move. Otherwise, I'm dead. Well, the snake is dead. Let me do a quick refactoring here using variables. Okay, so what I did is create a next head variable, which is a point, and then I'm putting the position, the next position of my head, and that's what I'm testing. I'm testing against next head. Okay, I need to do a last thing here. If not alive, if the snake is not alive anymore, what do? We just call init. Okay, so if the snake is dead during its move, then I will re-init the game, so it will start again right after that. Let's check that. The snake moves. Yes, just like it used to. Very nice. And boom, it dies and starts again. Right, up, boom, it dies, down, boom, and finally, if I make it go all the way to the right, boom, it dies. Very nice. Wow, that's a lot of code. Last thing I wanted to do is make the background a little bit nicer by drawing a checkerboard pattern. So we'll do that right now. Okay, here I created a new sprite, BG tile, a new color, BG color light, which is not dark blue but a lighter blue than this dark blue, but still dark. I create my sprite, which is going to be the size of 2 squares by 2 squares. Okay. I start drawing. I draw first a big square of the same size, so 2 square size per 2 square size of BG color, so the dark blue, and then over this at 0, 0, so in the top left corner I put a light blue square, and the bottom right corner I put another light blue square. I stop the drawing, my sprite is done, and then when I display the background in the draw background procedure that I've created here, I clear the screen. I don't even have to clear my screen, by the way. I can just comment this out. This should work because I'm covering the whole screen here with a sprite. I'm tiling, okay? I'm tiling the whole screen with my sprite. So from 0 to screen height, and I step every 2 square size. Same for the y-axis, and then at each point I'm displaying this big sprite, which is my tile, which is a small checkerboard, so that will give me a whole checkerboard pattern. Sorry for my accent. And I call, instead of doing a clear screen here, I'm just calling the draw background procedure. Let's try that, and that will be the end of this video. Let's play the snake. Let's see. Wow, look at that. I don't know if that's clear, if you can see the checkerboard, but this works well. I can move my mouse away. Right, 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 left, left, left. My small snake, it's more an earthworm than a snake, but it works. And see, it moves only on the tiles. It's not like over 2 tiles at the same time. It turns exactly on each intersection here. Very nice. And that is it for this video. Ooh, done! We have our snake. It looks like a snake. It moves like a snake. Now it needs to eat to grow. So next time we'll make apples appear on the screen, and the snake grow whenever it eats an apple. If you enjoy this channel, like, subscribe, comment. You can even buy yourself a very nice t-shirt. If you don't want to pay for it, tell your friends about this channel, tell them to subscribe, and we'll soon reach 100 subscribers, and I will do another giveaway. Congratulations again to Jimmy for the first t-shirt. That being said, thank you all for watching. I will see you soon.